Hello, everyone. We are here getting ready to do our live mindful yoga for beginners. So we will be starting in just a few moments. I'm waiting for everyone to get on. If you are used to using the chat box, you might want to let me know you're there. It doesn't matter. I welcome everyone, whether you're watching this now live or whether you get to view it later. So I have a little bit of inspiration to start us off while we're waiting for our class to start. And so I'm going to grab that. So two of my students actually were involved in this, and you know who you are. Let me put this up for you. This is One-Legged Louie. And it is a picture of a seagull with only one leg. And one of my students is a photographer and took this picture. And then the other student was at her art show and bought it for me and gifted it to me. So what a gift to have all the open-hearted people like you out there. We need that now in the world, and we will continue to share our hearts, our creativity. So the picture says, extremes are easy, strive for balance, namaste. Extremes are easy, strive for balance. So normally we have two legs to stand on, and when we make that our foundation, we are able to really create so much more in our well-being and in our lives. So keep One-Legged Louie in mind. He normally is up on the shelf that's behind me. You can see my blanket hanging. So if you watch videos in the future, remember One-Legged Louie is an inspiration for us all to get grounded and to be creative and live from our hearts in what we do. Okay, so we have 5 minutes to just kind of be present and wait for everyone to get on. I am excited to be doing this, and it is a way for us to connect while we are in this coronavirus request to stay self-isolated and social distancing, but that doesn't mean we have to distance our hearts and our connections to each other. So we are doing that through this type of exchange and through regular work for yourself at home. So remember, you can tap in any moment to your breath. Why would you want to practice yoga? If you're new to yoga at this time, remember that yoga is a vehicle to help integrate body, mind, emotions, and energy. And all of those things that are part of being human, when they come into balance and harmony, are going to create well-being and health in all of those different layers of your being. So that is why we want to practice yoga. We are able to connect to ourselves. And that is the first line of health and well-being, is to come to know yourself. As you come in to know yourself through feeling the body, through feeling the breath, through meeting your emotions, through meeting your mind patterns, and perhaps learning how to balance all of that a little more in a sense of mastery, which is what yoga practice helps you to do. You're able to start to feel and live more mindfully. Mindfulness is bringing presence to anything that you do. It brings yourself forward into anything that you're doing, even into the thinking, the feeling, as well as the doing. Okay, so we're going to start by talking about setup. So if you have your yoga mat set up, then we're going to go to our yoga mats. If you don't have a yoga mat, you don't have to have a mat in order to do yoga. Sticky mats are designed to help you in some standing work to have more ground. So that's the one reason to have a yoga mat. But if you don't have one, and we're not supposed to be out right now to get one, then just do the work and be mindful of being grounded in your legs and feet, okay? And we'll talk about that in each pose. So first we're gonna go. Now, if you're someone who doesn't get up and down off the floor, We'll be doing some standing work that is for stretching and opening, so stay with me. If you can be up and down off the floor, we're going to go to our mat sitting on the floor now, okay? Okay. So sitting on your mat on the floor, you're in the center of your mat. Good. And I thought, when you're new to yoga, any day that you come to yoga, it's good to warm up a little bit before you do stretching so you get blood flow. So we're going to start with holding on to your right foot and knee. And we're just going to hold on to that bottom lower leg and start to pump the leg side to side and work from the hip and just start to warm up that hip joint and the knee a bit. So we're bringing blood flow right into the hip and into the hip joint as well as the connective tissues. Good. Then pull that leg towards you a little bit. Sit tall. Just get a little stretch in that hip. Breathe with it. Just breathing helps you to feel what is happening in the body. That is what makes this mindful in its practice. Now you're going to hold on to that foot and ankle with the left hand and take the right forearm and lean onto the floor. So you're going to lean into your elbow and your forearm and then just begin to rock back and forth onto the glutes, onto the hip, go side to side, make some circles. And in the process of doing that, we are massaging out those glutes and the hip where we can tend to hold a lot of tension. So if you're feeling a lot of tension right now, know that you're releasing what you don't need to hold on to. Good. Come back up. Good. We're back up to sitting. Take that leg straight out, shake out the leg. Let's do the other side. So we're going to hold on to that left foot and ankle with the right hand and hold on to the left knee and then rock that leg side to side. We're just pumping some blood flow into the hips. Nice. Just saying hello and thank you to the joints in the left leg. How often do you say thank you? A lot of the times we only think about our bodies if they're speaking to us, and that conversation is what we tend to call pain. But there's a range of ways we can talk to the body, and this is one of them. Great. Now pull that leg in towards you just a bit. Bring the chest up toward the leg. Just a little stretch. Good. Then lean down into the left forearm. Massage out the hip and the buttock area. Just making some circles and leaning back and forth and side to side. And you're meeting that. So if you're feeling a lot of tension in there, breathe. Nice long deep breaths. Great. Come back up to sitting. Take that leg straight out. Shake out the legs. Now we're warming up the lower joints for sitting on the floor. And so if you still have a lot of hamstring shortness where you tighten the hamstrings, you might want to reach for a pillow or a folded blanket or towel. And what you would want to do is when you're sitting on the floor, bring that underneath you. And that's going to help shift your hips forward so you can not struggle so much if you're sitting on the floor, especially if that's something you're not used to doing. Over time, as you loosen up the joints in the body and you become more flexible, you might not need to do that. But really, any propping is good if it helps support your body to feel relaxed. Okay? So if you need that prop, you can put that underneath the seat bones. So now that we're able to sit, you can sit with legs out, one leg bent, cross-legged, whatever feels comfortable for you. Sit on your cushion if you need it. We're going to do a short little planting of intention now. So we've warmed up the joints a bit. We're going to sit and just take a moment to touch your fingertips together. So the fingertips of both hands come together. We're just going to bring them, resting them down into your lap, onto your legs. And with your eyes closed or gently looking down now, just take a moment to go inward. So each breath in is going to take you deeper inside of you and make some space. And each exhale moves anything you can't use out of you and makes some space. So that you're making space on the exhale, and then you're bringing more breath in and going deeper on the inhale, so that you really take this time to include all of you in the work that we'll be doing on our mat today. Long, slow, deep breaths. Good. And then take this moment to set an intention. If it is to become more grounded, if it is for your own health and well-being, state your intention internally to yourself and just hold that in your heart and mind. So what we're doing is planting a seed in the heart and in the mind that will continue to reflect throughout your yoga practice today. Mindful, bringing more intention and awareness to what you're doing. Good. And then when you feel complete, gently open your eyes. And we're going to do a little more work for warming up the body. So take your legs straight out. Feel your seat bones lift up out of the heart. Good. Pull the toes towards you a little bit. Good. And we're going to hold on to your trapeze bar. This is our flying trapeze. So you're going to hold on to the bar with two hands and then swing forward for a hamstring stretch. And as you swing back, you're going to pull your abs in, pull your belly in and sit back. So if you just go back a little bit, that's your edge. Watch your lower back. That's fine. If you can go back more, you're going to go to your edge. Lean back. Inhale, swing forward. Exhale, swing back. Inhale, we're doing hamstrings. Exhale, we're working abs. Breathe in. Exhale back. Pull the abs in. Breathe in. Exhale. One more. Swing forward and swing back. Good. Come back to the center. Nice work, everyone. So now we're going to take heels away from each other, and you'll just go to wherever your edge is. Good. And we're going to hold a big stir stick and lean forward a bit. Now you're going to feel that opening of the inner hamstrings and groin area. Once again, we're just starting to lengthen and warm up. So if your lean is a little bit, as long as you're feeling some stretch, fine. You're doing good work. You don't have to force here. Over time is when you get results, consistency. So you're going to lean forward and start to circle like you're stirring. You're going to sit back as far as you can, swing around as far as you can. Breathe with it as you create a nice circle of movement. Good work. Now we're going to go back the other way. So circle, back around. Breathing as you move. Good work. Come back to the center. Great. So let's just do one more. We're going to bring bottoms of the feet together. Now, if your knees are way up, remember that that is just the natural state of beginning to open up the hip girdle. So over time, gravity will pull the knees down naturally. You'll actually, if you did this pose regularly, without needing to bounce or force anything, you'll begin to open up the hips a little more. So we're just going to hold on to the ankles or the feet, lift the heart. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Ready? Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, in and out. Last one, breathe in and out. And go back to breathing in and out through the nostrils as you bring elbows to either your knees or to your calves, and take the collarbone out over the feet just a bit. Breathe in and out through the nostrils. We're just allowing a little bit more opening into those nooks and crannies where we tend to hold more tension, where we tend to be tight. Good. Now relax and take the legs straight out and shake out the legs. Good. So we're going to come into the table on your hands and knees. So come onto your hands and knees in the center of your mat. Good. Beginning to flex and round the spine. So when you lift the chin and tailbone, you create a concave back. The belly kind of drops down. We're going to inhale here in the flexed spine. As you tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin, pull the belly up and in toward the spine, and we're in our rounded back. Now we're going to breathe with it. Inhale, chin and tailbone up toward the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the chin and tailbone. Good job. Let's do 3 more. Breathe in and flex. Exhale and round. Inhale, flexing the spine. Exhale as you round. Good. 1 more round. Let's breathe in and exhale. Good job. Now come back to a flat back. Good. And we're going to do our side-to-side lateral stretching. So you're going to crunch the ear and the hip toward each other. You kind of make a crunch to one side. Then you inhale to the center, and then we're going to exhale, crunch to the other side. Inhale back to the center. Let's do 1 more for each side. Crunch to the right. This is lateral stretching for side-to-side flex. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch to the other side. And inhale back to the center. Good work. All right. So now we're going to go into a little bit of bone building and core work. So we're going to take the right hand out and step the left toes back behind you. If that's your edge, you're going to do good work right there. If you're feeling good to take that left heel up toward the ceiling, you're going to lift the leg, reach out through the toes, out through the fingers. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Find a point to gaze at. We're building core, and we're holding our own weight here, so we're building bone. Good work. And then release. Let's do the other side. Left hand reaching out. Right leg reaching out. Remember, you can keep your toes down if you need balance yet. In time, you'll be able to build strength. Reaching out through the fingers and toes. Pull the abs in a bit, but don't hold the breath. Good work. And release. So we're going to do that again on both sides. This time we're going to add some movement. So you add a little mastery to holding your balance. So take the right hand out and the left leg. Once again, reaching opposites in 2 directions. Now you're either going to touch your hand to the knee or your elbow to the knee. So we're going to take the left knee and the right elbow, or you can touch the hand and move back to the pose. Let's do 2 more. 1, extend and hold. 2, extend and hold. And back to the table. Let's do the other side. Left hand reaching out and right leg. Good. Either the knee or the hand. We'll do 3 on this side, as we did 3 on the other side. 1, extend. 2, extend. And 3, extend and hold. Good. So let's come back to the table. We're going to sit back toward the heels now and walk your fingertips away from you. Get a nice extended child pose. And then with your hands wide enough to get the chest through the arms, we're going to come through the table and into the swan. Now you can stop right here, holding your weight, or you can drop the hips a bit, bring the chest through the arms, and sit back toward the heels. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, come through the arms. Exhale and round. Last one. Inhale, lengthening out the spine. And then exhale as you round. Good. Come back to your table on your hands and knees. And we're going to do our half side plank. So we're bringing the right hand and the right knee to line up. Take the left foot back behind you, and you want that leg to be straight, and you want to anchor the foot. And then you're going to open up, leaning open into the one side. Take the left arm up into the air. Good. We're building upper body strength and core and balance again. Now you can stay right there, or you can lift that left leg up. So you can either anchor that foot down to help you feel balanced and secure. You would be doing great work right there. Or you're adding more edge by lifting that foot up. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then lowering that hand back down onto the floor. So we're going to do the other side. I'm turning around so I can still see you guys, but you're going to line up your left knee and left hand and take the right leg back. The right foot is now planted, and take that arm up into the air. Good. Now you can stay right there. You're building that sense of core here, strength, and you're strengthening the upper body, holding your weight. You can lift that leg up if you haven't already done it on this side. Breathe with it. Good work. 2 more breaths. They're nice and slow breaths. Good job. And then back down onto your mat into the table. Okay, so we're going to go into standing now. If you need to do that some other way than how we're going to do it, nurture yourself up to standing. Otherwise, take the right foot forward and then curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, step the left foot forward. Good. And we're just going to reach all the way up and stretch. Lengthen up, stretch, and bring the palms together in front of the heart. Good. All right, so we're going to start with a little bit of empty coat sleeves. Now, once again, and look behind you as you turn so you get the head and neck involved, and breathe. And come back to the center. Good. You may feel that little bit of tingling in the fingers. We've brought blood flow and energy flow through the body. Good. So before we go into one energy work exercise, we're going to do wood chopper, releasing toxins that have already begun to flow out from stuck muscles. Okay, so when you bring warmth and movement and flow into the body, we release toxins. Let's get some of that out. 70% of the toxins that leave your body leave through the exhale. So we want to exhale out what we no longer can use. Okay, so we're going to inhale and interlace your fingers. Hold on to your axe. This is the wood chopper. And then we're going to lift those arms up as you inhale, then out through the mouth, chop between the legs. So we inhale up, breathe out through the mouth. Ha! Inhale up and ha! 2 more. Inhale. Ha! Last one up and ha! Good. We all did that together. We all enjoy that one for those of you who are in my classes. And we all enjoy that we know we're connecting in this relationship right now in the moment. Any of you who are newer to this, you're connecting with us all right now in this moment, no matter when you are watching it. Fantastic. All right, so now we're going to move into some of our standing work. So let's bring feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. So look down at your feet, make sure your toes are pointing forward. And the basic standing pose for all yoga poses is the mountain pose. It's about alignment. So we're going to tuck your tailbone under, and that activates your thighs, and then lift the heart. So relax everything and do that one more time. Tuck the tailbone under, presses the hips forward, but that's what activates your foundation. And then lift your heart. Good. Then bring your arms into a T, turn the palms to face up, and we're going to take those arms up and out. Lifting the heart now. So as you lift the waist off of the hips and reach through the fingers, you're creating length out while you go deep down into the lower body with anchoring. Now notice if your shoulders are up near your ears, relax the shoulders even though you're lifting and lengthening. I am the mountain, steady and strong. You can actually look up where the ceiling meets the wall so that you have an upward gaze. Keep lifting up and out. Long, slow, deep breaths. Feel the power of the mountain, the stability of the mountain. Stable, sure, and strong. This is where safety is felt in the body just by moving into this pose and feeling strong and steady. Now we're going to bring the arms to the T position and then turn the palms to face down, float the arms. Back down to your sides, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Notice the breath, notice anything that you're feeling in the body. There's a sense of spaciousness, perhaps with steadiness. Terrific. Okay, so we're going to go into our standing postures for today. So we're going to take the feet wide. Now, the wider your feet, the more you're going to get into the hip girdle. So your legs should be as wide as one of your legs between your feet. But if you are newer to this and you don't have that flexibility, finding a safe edge where you feel stable is important. Okay. And then you're going to take that right foot all the way to the right and take the left toes a little bit to the right. Good. Now, eventually the hips will turn forward. Okay. But if you have that little torque to the right now, you're just going to do your best. You don't want to force the joints. You're going to bring your arms into a T position. Kick out that left hip. So you kind of set the hip girdle into a nice stretch. Reach over to the right wall. So you're getting length into the body. Then if you're a beginner, you're just going to bring the hand to the knee or just below the knee, and the hand faces forward. That palm is facing me, that's up in the air. If you can go deeper, you're doing that by lengthening out over the leg, not collapsing down. So we always want to lift the right rib cage and reach out through the top of the head as you're finding your edge. Anchor into that back heel. Good. Now, if the shoulder is a concern for some of you, and we're all going to do this now, take that left arm behind the back and tuck it behind the back. And if that's a better position for your arm, you can stay there. But all of us are now going to turn the ribs up to the ceiling a bit. The right ear, shoulder, and leg are aligned. Good. You're tucking that shoulder back as you roll the rib cage open a bit. And you can look straight ahead. If you want, you could take the hand back up and look at that hand in the air. But wherever you go in your triangle is about making it personal to your own edge. No forcing. Good work. Breathe with it. Now press into your feet. Come back up to standing. Good. Arms are in a T. And we're going to bend the right knee. Now you don't want the knee to go out over the toes. You want to keep that knee stacked over the ankle. And we're going to look out over the right fingertips. Lift the heart, reach out through the fingers, but let that reach hold the arms up and relax the shoulders. Good. I am the warrior, creating the strength and stamina to meet my goals. Breathe into the warrior pose. Now dip the back arm down the leg. So left hand comes down, right arm up. Good. We're in our dancing warrior. Now turn that right palm backwards and arch. You're going to slide the left hand down the leg a little bit, moving into a nice crunch. And then move back to the warrior. Arms in a T. Good. Now lower the arms. We're going to turn to the right. So you're going to anchor into that back heel, the left heel. Keep the front knee bent, settle down into the lower body. Take the arms out. Good. Now, if that's your edge, you're going to stay right there. If you can take those arms up higher, you're going to lift up. And we celebrate the victory of meeting life's challenges with success. So lifting the heart in victory, we enter into our proud warrior pose. Good. Breathe with it. Lower the arms, hands on the low back. Good. So the hands are tucked behind you on your lower back. We're going to straighten that front leg, anchor into that back heel, and come into teepee pose. So you can come flat back, tuck the chin. Good. This is great for beginners. We're strengthening the legs. If you want more length in the spine, you can hang the upper body over that front leg. But it is okay just to stay right here and get that nice leg work. And then we're going to lift back up. Bend the right knee again. Good. And we're going to bring the left arm to the right leg. So I'm mirroring you. You're going to bring that left arm to the right knee. Good. And then keep the heart lifted and look over the right shoulder. Breathe. And then unwind. Back to the front. Good. So we're back to the front and we're going to work on the other side now. So turning the feet. Left foot turns all the way to the right and the right foot turns 45 degrees or so. We're turning all the toes to the left. Good. Arms in a T. We're going to work into our triangle first. So you're going to kick out that right hip. Feeling that little bit of stretch in the hamstrings, the groin, the hips. Reach toward the left wall as if you could touch it. And then paddle. Straight over. Now, if this is your edge, you're paddling to here. Arm is up in the air. Good. Remember, as you learn to lengthen out, it's a reach out through the top of the head, keeping the left rib cage lifted up and out so you're not collapsing. Okay? Find your edge, and you can look down at the floor, out in front of you, or up at the hand in the air. Remember the variation. We're all going to do it now to rotate the ribs. You can keep that arm tucked behind you if you have shoulder concerns. Rotate the ribs up toward the ceiling a bit by dropping that right shoulder blade down and back. So we're opening up the torso a little more by doing that conscious action. Breathe. And you can keep the arm right there if that's better for you, or take the arm all the way back up into full triangle. Breathe. Press into your feet. Come back up to standing. Good. So we're going to bend the left knee. Stack at the knee right on top of the ankle. Look out over the left fingertips. Good. I am the warrior, creating the strength and stamina to meet my goals. We're the peaceful warrior. We're the mindful warrior. Good job. Now dip back Into dancing warrior, right hand's down the right leg, left hand up in the air. Turn that palm backwards, so left palm turns. Arching warrior. Slide that hand down the leg a bit, get some work into the torso. And always breathing mindfully back to the warrior pose. Good. Now lower the arms. Let's turn to the left. Anchor into your back heel. Reach out. And if that's your edge, you're lengthening up and out. If you can go higher, arms alongside the ears. Celebrate the victory of meeting life's challenges with success. Breathe into that victory, the joy of staying the stay, learning stamina, strength, focus, and then lower. Lower the arms, hands on the lower back, palms facing up. We're going to straighten the front leg and move into teepee pose. Anchor into the back heel, and you can come flat back. Or if you want more length in the spine, you can hang the upper body over the front leg. Good, come back up to standing. Bend the left knee one more time. Right elbow comes to the left leg. And keep that other hand on the low back. The knee is bent, look over the shoulder. We're creating a warrior twist. Good. Unwind. Back to the center. Good. Notice the quality of breath. In and out through the nostrils. Take some breaths in. Remember, we're doing this in our own environment, not in a class setting now. So it's really much more important than ever to stay present in your own body. When we have the group dynamic and you're with a teacher in the room, there's that little more of exchange of staying present, but be within your own awareness of how you're feeling, be in your own awareness of keeping that breath supporting you. The breath fuels the work and fuels your mindful attention to how you're feeling and how you're affecting yourself, okay? Good, so let's come into position, do some balancing work. We're just gonna work with the flamingo today. So you're gonna put all your weight into the right foot and bring your left toes to the mat. Good, now lift the heart. So you wanna stand tall and strike a pose. Now, if that's your edge, you are doing important work to build strength in that whole right lower body and core work right here. As you feel planted into that right foot, you could begin to lift the toes off the floor a little bit or take that knee up even higher. Good. Remember, your hands and arms do not have to stay still. They are helping you find your balance, striking that flamingo pose. Good work. Finding a point to gaze at helps to steady you. Remembering to be in the whole body helps to balance you. So if you're just trying to do this from your head, you might be wiggling a lot. When you come back into 2 feet, feel how the return of the left foot to the floor helps the right leg relax. Feel that cooperation of 2 legs working together for a strong foundation. So we mindfully begin to feel strong foundation, and that plugs into the hard drive of your brain. And it works into all of your systems, your emotions, your thoughts, your energy. Strong foundation. Let's do the other side. Bring your right toes to the floor, standing deeply into that left foot, lift the heart, strike a pose. And you can stay right there as you build strength. You could start to add lifting those toes, just hovering near the floor, or take that knee up higher so you're finding your own edge. Breathe with it. Finding a point to gaze at will steady you, Help you feel grounded. That's the piece about focus. And then you lower, stepping back into that right foot. Feel how the left leg relaxes and the two legs work together. Good. We're going to end our standing work with breath of joy. Feet wide. Good. And that's because we're going to do some nice aerobic work now. Let's talk about the breathing first. 3 sniffs in through the nostrils, breathing in 3 times, then 1 long out through the mouth. Breathing in 3 times. Let's do that. Breathe in and out through the mouth. All right, we're going to add arms to that. So we breathe in, and ha. Let's do 3 rounds. In, breathe in, and ha. In, breathe in, and ha. Last one, breathe in, and out. We just jolted ourselves with oxygen and released toxins that are coming out from the body. So we're clearing and we're energizing at the same time. All right, let's come onto the floor now. Good. All right, so we're going to do the twist, and we're going to do that with sitting on the floor. So you're going to feel your seat bones. Okay, lift the heart. Take the right leg and bring it up to the inside of the leg. And if that's your edge, you're going to stay right there, protecting your knee and hip till you gain more flexibility. Otherwise, take that right leg over the straight left leg and hold on to the bent knee with the left hand. If you can wrap that arm all the way around, that's fine. It's okay just to anchor it, but we want to lock the lower back into place with that nice anchoring. Then take the right hand out in front of you, and you're going to watch your fingertips with your eyes so you wind up the spine all the way through the neck and head. You're going to sweep around, watching your fingertips with your eyes. When you find your edge, bring that hand down to the floor, close to the body. Keep looking over the right shoulder. Long, slow, deep breaths are massaging the liver and the gallbladder. So we're breathing, massaging the organs by compressing them and doing some deep breathing here in our twist. And we're stimulating all the nerve endings along the spine. Good, nice, slow, deep breaths. We're going to lift that right hand back up, sweep it around to the center, and then go past the center and turn to the left for a counter stretch. We're unwinding the spine. Good work. Back to the center. Now you're going to rest your right foot and ankle on the floor with the knee bent, crossed over the straight bottom leg. If that doesn't work for your joints, you could bring that right foot to the inner left leg and drop the knee. We're going to do some forward bending. Okay. This is called half shoelace, and it's a nice way to start opening up the joints a little differently. Pull the toes towards you, sit tall. And then just, if you're already feeling a stretch in the hamstrings, you can stay right there and breathe. Or you can start to take the collarbone over the lower body a little more. So if it's just a little forward fold and you're getting stretch, breathe with it. And as you breathe, try to soften and relax where you can. So it may start in the upper body, the neck, the shoulders. As you are finding that edge and the body begins to soften as you breathe, you'll be able to move into wherever your length is at in the body. Long, deep breaths. Good. And then release, roll back up to sitting. Okay, we're going to come onto the right forearm. So you actually keep that leg crossed over, lean back into the right forearm, and hold on to that bent knee with your left hand and rotate up to the left with your head and your torso. So you're creating a different variation of the twist. And breathe. And then come back up to sitting and go deeper to the left. Just take a turn again. Nice. Back to the center. Take that leg out, shake out the legs. We're going to do the other side. So now the left foot will come up or cross over, whatever feels better for you. Hold on to the bent leg with the right hand, reach out with the left hand. Sit tall, wind up to the left. Get the head and neck involved as well, and then bring your hand to the floor, lift the heart, look over the left shoulder. Long, slow, deep breaths. We're massaging spleen, pancreas, and digestive system. Massaging the organs, stimulating the nerve endings along the spine. Lifting the hand, wind back to the center. And I go past the center and turn to the right and look over the right shoulder again. We're unwinding the spine. Good. Come back to the center. You can rest that left foot and ankle on the floor or to the inner opposite leg. Once again, whatever feels better for you. Okay. Pull the right toes towards you. Sit tall and fold forward. Remember, if it's just that little edge forward and you're getting stretched, breathe and soften there. This is where the mindfulness comes in, to know a good edge where you can relax into it. As the body relaxes, you can go a little more. So you're going to just move into wherever your edge is, breathing with it and softening and relaxing where you can. Release back up to sitting. Good. Left forearm comes onto the floor. You're going to lean all the way onto the floor on your forearm and elbow. Hold on to your knee with your right hand and rotate the ribs and the head up to the right. Breathe. And then sitting back up to the center and take that deeper turn to the right. Good. Back to the center. Take the legs out. Shake out the legs. We're going to do one double hamstring stretch. So walk your fingertips down to your edge. Wherever that is for you, relax the kneecaps, and that'll help to soften the thighs. And as you continue to relax and breathe, let the length move into the body wherever you can. The back of the legs, the spine. Once you find your edge, you can actually lift the heart a bit, and that's going to work the length in the spine and the hamstrings. And then you can fold forward to wherever your edge is, but without forcing. You're just going to find your edge. And roll back up to sitting. Shake out the legs. Now, if you need a chair for this, you can have a chair available to pull over to do legs on the chair. We're going to do just a few minutes of inversion. So if you have a chair, you can grab it or have it ready for next time you will do this. If you watch the replay, and you can bring your legs up on the chair and lay back and rest. And doing this at home, that might be the better place to put the legs up if you don't have the blank wall to put legs and heels up on the wall. So if this is your edge, you're just going to rest there and feel how good it feels to rest your body into anti-gravity. Arms are away from the body a bit and resting, shoulders and neck relaxed. Tuck the chin just a bit to make sure the length of the neck is in the back of the neck. And then we're going to count the breath. So if you inhale to 3, you're going to exhale to 6. Inhale to 4, you'll exhale to 8. So you're going to double your exhalations. The femurs are dropping back into the hip sockets here, grounding the hips and the lower back. The spine is held by the floor. The head and neck are able to feel the support to rest. Anytime the body is in this type of inversion, it signals all the systems to slow down, cool down, and repair. So we're putting the body into anti-gravity and we're allowing the whole body now to recover. "20 minutes of this yoga pose, legs up on a chair or heels up on the wall or headboard, is like 1 hour of deep REM sleep to the body." So we're doing deep recovery, repair, and restore now. We're just going to go for another minute just to have the body learn and understand this conversation. Repair, restore, and rejuvenate. You can always hold this position longer, the legs on the chair. So if this feels good, you can continue beyond this video just to rest here, recovering all your systems. This talks deeply into the cellular level of the body, where you begin to repair DNA, turning off bad DNA patterns and reestablishing good DNA patterns. So you can stay there if you want, or bring knees into the chest to release legs from the chair, or if you put legs up on the wall, draw knees into the chest to release. Feel the back rounded. Good. And then gently roll to one side and come back up to sitting. And remember, you can use your cushion again if you need to come to sitting on the cushion. You can have one leg out or cross the legs. So it's about honoring yourself and where your edges are, supporting yourself. And we're going to bring the left palm up and the right palm down. Intending now to receive the benefits of your work through your left hand and plugging them right into your own well-being with the right hand. And then eyes closed or gently looking down to the floor. Remember your seed of intention, what you are planting for yourself in well-being. And we're receiving now the benefits of our work today through the left hand and plugging them right into your own well-being with the right hand. This symbol of acknowledging the importance of self-care. Good, nice breaths. And then bring the palms together now in front of the heart in prayer pose. Honoring the peace and calm, harmony, strength, and wisdom within you. May the merit of this practice benefit your own well-being and the well-being of those around you. Peace, peace, and only peace. Namaste. Okay, everyone. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to the next time that we can get together. And in the meantime, this should be archived for you to continue to support yourself. Okay, have a great day. Be mindful, care about each other.